Well, hello again. It's August 1st. It's a Monday, and it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and this is after work. Yes, for the rest of you that noticed, an astute viewer pointed out that my camera is backwards. It's like a mirror or something. I don't know. That's kind of strange. But no, I am not in the passenger seat, and no, I am not in Europe or England. I'm actually in my car. It just flips everything around. I don't know why. Sorry. Yeah, very busy day today. I took out 7 visits, which is one more than I'd ever done previously in a day. My highest before then was 6 in a day, and today I did 7 in a day, and it was a lot of fun. It was split up between 2 different nursing homes, so I didn't have to drive around all day and have 10-15 minute driving times cut into my workday. I really felt like I got a lot done, and I felt very productive, and I read lots of charts, and I talked to lots of nurses, and I had actually the really great experience of overhearing one of the nurses talk to one of the other staff members about how glad she was that I had been there through the weekend because of the questions that I asked, and it makes her feel better about when she's not there, that there's somebody looking out for this patient that she's obviously spent a lot of time with. And I do kind of enjoy the idea of providing a little bit of continuity between, say, the weekend, and then there's before the weekend on Friday, then there's the weekend, which is a different group of people probably, and then there's the beginning of the new week, and flip night right in the middle of that. Now, for those of you who don't know, those of you who had not had the pleasure of flip night, it is a real treat. You basically have to go through all of the handwritten cardexes that the nurses initial, where they gave when and where they gave medications and to whom and all that stuff. Yeah, you have to switch over to a new card. It's a card with 31 columns on it or whatever, and eventually it's going to fill up. So when it fills up, you have to get all new cards, and then you have to check the new cards in the pre-printed orders against the physician's orders in the chart, and then you have to update everything. You have to hand add everything that's been updated since the time the pre-printed cards were printed. So if somebody just, say, looks at the previous month's Cardex and just hand copies everything off of that, yeah, your Cardexes are going to be right. Your Cardexes are going to be up to date with what the current orders are. But if you don't update the physician's orders too, then you've got a bunch of orders in your Cardex that don't have a physician's order supporting them. And this can be problematic sometimes. So it's kind of like detective work. It requires a lot of you have to really approach it systematically and take everything line by line. And the first couple of times I did it, it bored me silly. I could not stand it. I was trying to get up in 20 minutes and I'm gonna go do something else. I can't keep doing these chart audits. But when that staff member at the nursing home that I worked at, when she left, I had to do some of these chart audits, and she was the queen of the chart audits. She was very, very good at it, and the way that she taught me to do it, I think, made me very, very good at doing chart audits. And I really feel like a lot of the practical learning about stuff like that, I really have only gotten since long after school. I mean, it's kind of like the learning sort of starts when you get out of school in a way. And I've had the good fortune of having really great teachers as my peers throughout most of it, so thanks guys, I appreciate it. So 7 visits will mean a considerable amount of paperwork, even though I got it done in a reasonable amount of time. The documentation afterwards will probably take me a pretty good chunk of time. Let's see. Oh, I'm gonna wait for this guy. Yeah. So anyway, my project. I was so nervous about submitting my narrative of what I was going to say at the project, and the handouts and all of that stuff. And I knew I would have to meet with somebody from my employer today to go over it. And I was supposed to have done that Friday, but I forgot to drop a thing off, so I'm already late with that and stuff. And I just sort of walked in and sat down, and she said that I did more than I had to, and everything was fine, and we're all set. And I went about my busy day of 7 visits. And I was really kind of surprised that we weren't going to sit down and discuss what I was going to do beforehand. Apparently, what I left in her mailbox over the weekend was sufficient, and I guess that's a good thing. how good it is in 2 days when I actually show up at this nursing home and do this thing. I'll try to get video of that too. I think I can probably get away with it. If I just like, set it up and just point it at myself, maybe probably nobody will object to their voices being on the videos, because who can tell who they are by voice, But that would be interesting, if that works, if they let me do that. And that, I think, about covers the school and the work. Haven't started on the homework due Wednesday yet. That's probably something I should think about doing. But I know I'm probably going to end up doing it Wednesday afternoon after my teaching project. That's probably what's going to end up happening. I picked up another weekend shift, but this time it's overnight on-call again. So it's going to be 3 16-hour shifts in a row, overnight on-call. And I pretty much resigned myself to giving up every weekend this summer to making money. And it's not too bad. I don't really miss, the summer weekends. I don't really have anything to do or any great, travel plans or aspirations to hang out on the beach or go on a picnic or anything ridiculous like that. So I don't really have any use for weekends. Weekends are just days that have different names. Or the other way to look at it is that every day is a weekend day, and that's an okay way to look at it too. Well, I'm home, so I'm going to stop now.